Once again, thank you very much for being part of this conversation. This is your person of interest, Salim Cyrus. Some call me Coach Salim, some call me Dr. Love, and many people even refer to me as Pastor. But all those are just titles. But I want you to understand my intention is to enable each one of us to get into the depth of reasoning. And one of the things I've come to understand is that when we find, when we get to find opportunities that are going to, establish something in our lives, it's very crucial that we be a part of that transformation. So today I just want to talk about something that many have been requesting and many have been desiring to get into this reality because when it comes to nurturing our way of becoming, our way of existing in this world, it is important for each one of us to arise and shine. So today we're going to talk about the marketplace. And when we talk about money, many people get together so that they can get to hear. I've been privileged at some point to be in the market world, whereby you get to see how the market functions, especially real estate. And I've seen so many people make various mistakes, and I wonder why are they doing so. So in that moment, with the things that I've gained through that kind of business, I've been able to gather some few things so that now we can also learn from that. So anyways, the power of understanding the marketplace, that is our topic today. The power of understanding the marketplace, all about also working hard and working smart. The difference between these two things, the power of understanding the marketplace. So when you get to hear about the power of understanding the marketplace, what comes to your mind? Because I believe we are all trying to get something, to achieve something, and in our journey to receive what the world has for us, it is important for us to be able to gather some principles that are going to enable us become a better people. So what do we mean also by becoming a better people? Because money does not define us, the marketplace does not define us. It's all by us understanding how the market functions, and we are also able to establish something that is fundamental. So let us go to point number one so that we can begin this very topic. Point number one: the marketplace is more than money. The marketplace is more than money. It's purpose in motion. The marketplace is more than money. It's purpose in motion. So what do we mean? I'm going to read something that I did put down here. The marketplace isn't just where goods and services are exchanged. Let me repeat that for clarity. The marketplace isn't just where goods and services are exchanged. It's where ideas, creativity, and purpose collide. So many people get into the marketplace with the idea that the marketplace is a place of just exchanging goods and services, that you want certain things to happen in your life by you delivering some kind of services. But I want you to understand, as much as you have products that you want to sell, there are things that you need to realize, that the marketplace keeps on changing, and there are certain kinds of products that require to be put in place so that you can be able to see some kind of transformation even in your way of doing things. You can gain some skills, and that is why in the marketplace it's all about, it's all about putting in ideas that are going to be futuristic. It's not about you just bringing some goods and services in that place, but your ideas should speak for you. Your creativity, your way of doing things, you should understand that your creativity will also enable you to, to gather some things that are going to push you to the next level, because creativity will enable you to take whatever you have in that particular moment to guide you and direct you to where you need to be. Because a mind that is not creative cannot reveal the reality of what the marketplace requires. So remember also, and the purpose collide. Remember, ideas where ideas should be, creativity should be, and where purpose must collide. So what are the reasons you really want to be in the marketplace? What do you want to gain in the marketplace? So let me read something also that is very tangible here. Those who truly understand the marketplace don't just see profits, they see problems waiting for solutions. And this is one of the mistakes I've seen with so many people. They want to get into the marketplace so that they can sell their products and do whatever they want. But when we talk about ideas and creativity, it's all about a person that sees situations that are not working out. And in those situations, what can be made better? It's by solving the problems that are in that place. So, whatever you are experiencing, whatever you're going through, whatever the issue that you're probably not functioning in, you need to understand that you have to be in the place not only based on profits, but based on solving problems any other time. That is why I came across this very lovely scripture. Do you see a man skilled in his work? He will stand before kings, he will not stand before obscure men. So, whatever idea and creativity you have, whatever skill you have, can take you before kings. And that is why I've seen people that are not even learned, not even educated. These are people that really push themselves beyond where they see them, they saw themselves. And for real, they sat before kings, before presidents, before leaders of this world. And these people were able to dine with these people because they understood what they carry. And that is why I'm telling us this very moment, your idea should speak for you. The creativity you have should speak for you. And you should have a skill that even kings will buy it. Remember, understanding the marketplace means seeing it as a platform to influence, dominion, and service, not just survival. So you have to be very, very intentional when you get into the marketplace, because it is not just a place of making profit. It is not a place of just coming to provide your services. It is a place of influence, a place of dominance, a place of a service that is beyond just mere ideologies, not just survival. You don't get into the marketplace just to survive. That is why you get to see businesses are falling down, because people are really trying to just get into the marketplace for survival. So point number two, which I love it. This is point number two. Knowledge is capital. And I keep on telling people, back in the days we were told that our capital is the money that we work for. You should look for money so that you can be able to start a business, start something, and at the end, that is the way you're going to grow. But these people told us that, but at the end of the day, they never revealed the reality of what true capital is. But let me tell you this moment, knowledge is the capital. Knowledge is the capital. In today's world, money isn't the only capital. Money is not the only capital, because as much as you really want money to begin for you something, the best place you can begin from is when you have knowledge. Because we've just read from the previous point that a man that is skilled will stand before kings. So when you are skilled, when you are informed, when you have knowledge on what you want to do, you'll be able to penetrate through the market, and you'll be able to be noticed, because knowledge will differentiate you from the people that surround you. So in today's world, we get to understand money is not the only capital. The true capital is knowledge. Knowledge is the true capital. Without understanding how system works, you'll work endlessly but remain stagnant. That is what is happening in our society today. And remember, even just this generation, I'm speaking to you, you need to understand that the next generation should learn from you. So we don't need a people that will only focus on making money, or making money so that they can begin something. As much as money is important, I know the scripture that says that money answers all things. It is very true. But I think knowledge opens doors and opportunities to structure us in a place of allowing us to experience a flow of money. So money in itself, it's not the papers that we want to touch. Money in itself, it's what enables us to see beyond what we have. So understanding how the marketplace functions, it's very important because the marketplace rewards wisdom, timing, and strategy. It rewards wisdom, timing, and strategy. What am I trying to say? Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all you are acquiring, get understanding. Look at that very point. Knowledge is very powerful. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. Yes, people perish because of lack of not understanding how the marketplace functions, how the system operates. How can you become a great person in this life if you're not willing to experience the purposes that the marketplace is trying to unveil? So, knowledge is very powerful and it is the reality of the matter. It is the capital that we all need to seek. So, let us go to point number 3. Hard work builds character, smart work builds results. Hard work builds character, smart work builds results. Have you seen people working hard? Personally, I've seen people working hard. At some point in my life, I've seen myself work hard. Today, early in the morning, I was just joking with my partner, and we were just talking about how prayer cannot do anything for you. And I know this very point will sound controversial, but I got to understand many people who are trying to see things happen in their lives are those people who are working hard. They are praying hard, but prayer will not solve problems for you. Remember, prayer is not a success equation. Prayer is a revelation equation. So prayer is not a place of asking God to give you money. It is not a place for asking God to do something for you. It is a place of aligning yourself with the will of God, allowing God to just reveal things for you on how you can go about it. So hard work builds character. People have worked hard, but some of these people have not they lack character. They are not disciplined to see themselves become a better people even in society. So remember, hard work is foundational. If you get to understand that hard work is not about putting so much effort. It's about you learning in the process. It teaches discipline, resilience, and endurance, which is very important. Knowledgeable people, what do? They get to understand this, what I'm doing is kind of hard for me, and I'm working hard on this. But this very thing is disciplining me, it's giving me resilience, it's giving me endurance. But hard work without strategy can lead to burnout. It can lead to burnout. Have you seen people who are working hard? People who are working hard from morning to evening and there's nothing tangible. So they just get tired over nothing. They did nothing for themselves. They never experienced the beauty of the matter and they acquired nothing in the process. So smart work aligns effort with the direction. Together, they create lasting success. Smart work aligns effort with direction. Together, they create lasting success. So, in the book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23, in all labor there is profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Yeah, mere talk. I know you've hung around people who only talk. They talk about what they're going to do. They talk about what they want to achieve, but they never work on those things. They are not smart enough to experience the abundance because abundance comes by understanding how the marketplace works. So hard work is the engine. Smart work is the steering wheel. Without both, you'll either move aimlessly or not move at all. Remember, you need the two because we can just see that hard work is the engine. The engine puts so much work. But you need to be very smart because smart work is the steering. It drives you. You get to understand how you push yourself from this level to another level. Remember, we are talking about the power of understanding the power of the marketplace, working hard and working smart. So you can work hard, but if you lose your ability to understand how the world or marketplace functions, you will not receive any tangible result. Let us go to point number 4. Systems rule the marketplace. Systems rule the marketplace. So when you hear about systems, what comes to your mind? Most of the time we get to think that it is the politicians, it is the elite, and all those things. But I want to make you understand it is the principles of the marketplace that rule the marketplace. So, what do we mean? The marketplace runs on systems. Those are the principles that you need to acquire so that you are able to establish something in the long run. Why are we talking about systems rule the marketplace? Once again, financial, social, and digital. Those are the systems: financial, social, and digital. So when we talk about finances, money rules the marketplace. Money runs the marketplace. So when you get into the marketplace, you need to understand it's a place of making money, accumulating money, and in other words, we can say accumulating wealth. So remember, even socially, it is a place of social gathering where people get to meet, people get to understand. And remember, the world is changing. The world is no longer functioning on how analog things used to be. We are going digital, and I believe even in the years to come, we are going to see something beyond digital. So those who understand system leverage them. Those who understand systems leverage them. Those who don't get trapped by them. Do you get the point? So those who understand the system, they leverage in that very moment on how they can gain more control on what they are doing. But those who don't, they get trapped by the system. They are not able even to achieve anything in the long run. Why? Smart people don't fight systems, they master them. There are people that try to fight the system. They're trying to push themselves in a way that is not even workable. And you get to see people trying to fight on how they can get wealth and all that. But remember, smart people don't fight systems, they master them. Think about Joseph in Egypt. For those that know the story about Joseph, think about Joseph in Egypt. He interpreted Pharaoh's dream. Knowledge. That was knowledge. He interpreted Pharaoh's dream because Pharaoh required an interpretation to understand what his dream meant. So knowledge was required for most. Was required, and Joseph took his place and stood in that position. And what did he do? He built a storage system. He built a storage system that is working smart and saved the nations from famine. What are we talking? That was impact. So we can see the place of knowledge, the place of smart work, and the place of impact. What are you doing with yourself? What are the things you're trying to do at this particular moment? Have you mastered how the systems of the marketplace are? And we've talked about financial, social, and digital. Those are the things I think are very important for you to be a part of. So, are you knowledgeable? Are you smart? Are you ready to impact the world with the things that you really want to achieve? So, in the book of Genesis, chapter 39, verse 2, this is one verse that I read and I was like, okay, the Lord was with Joseph and he became a successful and prosperous man. So, remember, in everything that you do, you also need God's guidance for you to become a better person in the market world. Point number five. Relationships are currency. Relationships are currency. So, what do we mean? No matter how smart or hardworking you are, the marketplace thrives on connections. This is one of the things that many people, try. They always try to disregard this idea of connections and meeting with people because there are people who say, "I'm a loner," I work by myself. But remember, in this world, you cannot function by yourself. You need people to help you become. You need people to enable you to see the abundance thereof. Because when you meet with various people, you'll be able to see yourself have tangible rewards and all that. So, no matter how smart or hardworking you are, the marketplace thrives on connections. Opportunities often flow through people. Smart work includes building networks, serving others, and creating value in relationships. That is what you need to do because many people have lost this ideology, and that is why many people are struggling. Do you know why you're struggling? It's because you've not understood that relationships are currency. As much as you want to make money, remember the people you meet with, the stages of life you go to. Meeting with people will help you get into the right place in this life. It will enable you to see greater things and greater ideas on how you can function, on how you can structure and build yourself. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9. Two are better than one because they have a more satisfying return for their labor. You get my point? Two are better than one because they have a more satisfying return for their labor. So you need to be very intentional, my brother. You need to be very intentional, my sister. Get involved with people. Get out of where you are. Go and meet with people. You know, sometimes just go and sit around a place, a place that has people that can be able to impact you also. Get to listen to people that will elevate your ability to function in your gifting. And it is important. But many people have lost this ideology because they are not willing to see themselves grow, to see themselves become. So it is important for each one of us to have a place of knowing and understanding relationships are currency. Yes, let's go to point number 6. Point number 6, adaptation is survival. Adaptation is survival. Markets change. And that is one thing you need to understand. Markets change, industries shift, technology evolves, consumer needs transform. If you do not understand these very 4 things, you will lose out. I repeat again, markets change, industries shift, technology evolves, consumer needs transform. Let's talk about markets change. Look at what happened during 1990. It is not the same thing that happened in 1999. And whatever happened in 1999, it is not the same thing that happened in 2005. And also, whatever happened in 2005, it is not what is happening even today, because in the marketplace, various things are changing. And how things are performing in the marketplace are changing, and people are having different ideas. People are beginning to be creative because of how even the system is changing in the moment. Remember, even industries are shifting. The other day, I was just seeing this great company here in Kenya, and many people are complaining, you know what, things are not working out. And things are not becoming better and better. But this company has evolved in time. They've gone digital and they're doing great things. Companies like Safaricom here in Kenya, companies like even media stations like Citizen TV and whatever, all these people are growing and they are becoming better each day. Technology has taken has taken place in whatever they are doing, and today they're surviving because of how things are, because adaptation is survival. Remember, even the consumer needs transform, because you can never wear something that, even when it comes to clothing, you can just not wear something that was made in 1999 and it stayed in the stores for all those years. At some point it's smelly and all that, because designs are changing, and material, the beauty of materials are also changing. So you need to be very intentional when you come into the market world, because adaptation is survival. If you don't adapt, you become obsolete. You become obsolete. You do not become relevant, because relevance is also required. So you need to adapt with how things are changing, so that you can begin even to make your world become a better place. What am I trying to say? Look at what is happening. Many back in the years, people are not even making content, and people are not even having, were receiving nothing from even making some few contents here and there. But today, the world of content creation has become an employment to many people, especially the young. Today, even the old are coming into the world of content creation, and they are making wealth. So, what are you doing with yourself? What are the things that you're trying to put into consideration so that you can become a better person? So, you need to understand adaptation is survival. For you to see yourself grow, you need to adapt with the changes that are coming. So hard work, remember, it makes adaptation. If you don't adapt, you become obsolete. Hard work makes you persistent, but smart work keeps you relevant. That is what I've just said here. In the book of First Chronicles 12:32, the sons of Issachar, men who understood the times with the knowledge of what Israel should do. How beautiful it is. So you should understand. And remember, the other day I was just learning from this guy, Ndindi Nyoro, and he was saying people who are knowledgeable, they will be able to read the times and the seasons, and they will be able even to, to speak about predict what is going to come in the next 10 years, 5 years, when you get to understand how the system works. So you need to be very intentional so that you can understand that the marketplace is not a place of just getting it without being intentional and understanding that it requires adaptation so that you cannot be obsolete but relevant. So our last point, now point number 7, marketplace success without purpose is emptiness. Marketplace success without purpose is emptiness. So what do I mean? Working hard and smart without aligning with kingdom purpose leads to chasing wind. Working hard and smart without aligning with kingdom purpose leads to chasing wind. Many people are losing because they do not understand the kingdom idea of how they should make their business come or grow. So it is important to align ourselves with the kingdom purpose, because you will do all these things, but if there are principles that you do not align yourself with, you will begin to lose, the clarity of the big picture that you have. Because kingdom purpose, it's all about you being aligned to the true revelation of what you really want to achieve in this life. Remember, true fulfillment comes when your skills, effort, and wisdom advance both your life and God's agenda. So whatever you're doing, you have to remember that everything that you're doing, they should be in God's will, because it is God who gives us the strength to make wealth. In other words, I can say it is God who gives us the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding to make wealth. Remember Matthew 6:33, we are told, seek ye first his kingdom and righteousness, and all these things will be given to you. So it is important to understand that where your heart is, that is where your treasure is. So I pray that your heart should be in God, so that God will able to reveal these things to you, which is very important. So marketplace success without purpose is emptiness. So in conclusion, my final word and my take home is this: the power of the marketplace lies not just in working hard. It is not about effort or working smart strategy, but in understanding how everything works. That is wisdom. Combine the three, and you'll not only thrive, you'll influence, build legacy, and advance God's kingdom. When we talk about advancing God's kingdom, it's not about building churches, it is not about doing all these things. It is about structuring empires that will be of influence even into the coming generation. So my prayer is that you get to understand the idea behind this success. Many successful people, they began from somewhere, but they were intentional. They understood how the system functions, and they never chased money. What they did, they searched and looked for problems, and they came with solutions on how they can solve those problems. And today, we can talk about people like Elon Musk, people like Mark Zuckerberg. All these people, you know them very well, and I understand they took their positions, and today they are where they are because they understood what it can take to build an empire. It's all about understanding how everything works in the marketplace. I want to say thank you very much for taking your time to listening to this very broadcast. And I pray that you're going to learn more on this. I was talking about the power of understanding the marketplace, working hard and working smart. Hope you've been blessed, and hope something tangible has dropped into your heart. May you be of influence, and may you build legacy even to impact the coming generation. Be blessed.